Greetings. Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So I have a presentation up on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. We're just going to talk about the interview itself, but I'm going to talk about it from a perspective of the content that came from it rather than all of the stuff and controversy and all the other mess that has been taking place from the actual interview itself. So, uh, if you don't know, there was an interview with Club Shay Shay with Shannon Sharp and with Cat Williams that took place a couple days ago. So we're going to talk about the things that I learned or the things that we should take away from that particular interview in terms of long form content, because that's exactly what it was. It was a long form interview, and there's a lot of gems that we can pick from it to help us with our own content strategies. Okay, so I am, like I said, here on Instagram. I'm talking to you all, but I have a presentation and stuff like that on other platforms. So here we go. What Club Shay Shay's Cat Williams interview teaches us about long form content. All right, here we go. Okay, so on January 3rd, 2024, Club Shay Shay released a 2 hour and 46 minutes and 4 second long interview with Cat Williams. Okay, so you have over almost 3 hours worth of content with one particular person. Hey, mom, what's up? And then in 3 days, that particular interview got over 27 million views. I'm about to say, I will see if I can pull up in a moment how many views it has now, as things are, I don't want to say dying down, but people have watched it already. So I'm looking at it right now to see how many people have seen it. The interview, it's at 29 million views at the moment. So another 3 million people have seen it again. All right, so in 3 days, 27 million views, and still 29 million. So it also got 2 more million views from today. All right, so with that being said, that is a humongous amount of traffic in a short amount of time, and it was because of the nature of the actual interview. It was saying a lot of controversial things, a lot of things that Cat Williams hasn't done an interview in a very long time, and what he approached and what he shared about himself was foundational shaking for a lot of people. One thing I didn't know about him, I didn't realize he was so intellectual and smart and things of that nature. So that was, for me, nice to see when it comes down to it. But what I want to emphasize to you all is what was done with this content. What was done with this 3 hours worth of content. So currently on YouTube, the Club Shay Shay team has repurposed the original interview into over 27 medium length clips. So when I went to go check, I made this whole carousel this morning. It was 27 different medium sized clips. And it was ranging from anything to 2 minutes to 5 minutes from different segments of the actual interview. And this is within 3 days. Typically, when I have maybe a podcast or something like that, and I know I'm nothing in comparison to what they have going on, but I would typically try to stretch it out. But I understand that the team has been wanting to continue to use this momentum that this interview has, so they're pumping it out literally consistently. So much so that how do you release 27 different pieces of content in 3 days, right? In 3 days, and it's still catching fire and it's still catching steam. So 27 medium length ones for highlights from the actual interview, controversial parts, and things of that nature that they wanted to continue to allow to get steam. So not only have they been getting millions of views on the actual interview itself, they've been getting hundreds of thousands of views on these separate clips as well, because some people don't want to watch the full 3 hours. You end up watching the full 3 hours once you watch all those clips anyway. But when you look at some of the stuff that people have already put there, let's see. There are some of them with 774,000. So he's getting millions upon millions upon millions of views and clicks on this particular content. There's another short form content, 2 minutes and 40 seconds, and it has 1.1 million. Another one, 16 minutes. So it's varying lengths. It can be anything from literally from long form content, 2 minutes to 20 minutes. But it's saved people some time on that. What's going on, Bella? What I'm breaking down for the people who are just joining me is what you can do with long form content. I'm not necessarily harping on what has been said within it, but I'm letting people know that long form content is a way to fuel your content and be able to utilize what you have gathered in that time period to share it in multiple different ways and formats to be able to allow you to post more than once or twice, right? So far we said there's almost a 3 hour long information that was shared in the interview, that was shared over 27 times in varying medium lengths of the particular content, as well as there was a number of different short form pieces of content for social media, right? And I didn't count those because those are countless. I think they were more focused on the medium form for YouTube, because YouTube is a great platform to be able to host that, and they probably took more of the shocking moments and made those into short form. So short form for me is anything from 1 second to 60 seconds. Okay, and so they use that short form content to be able to knock out some of the more hard hitting tips that they can get in a short period of time. So they use that. They have the long form content, they had the medium form content, and the short form content that was sent. All right, and they use that medium form content at the moment for only Instagram and TikTok. I have yet to see them over this time period be able to also use it for YouTube Shorts, but that's something that they can do also at a later date. So I can only imagine what the team is going through, just trying to handle all of this attention, as well as being able to get content out um, before all of the buzz of this interview actually dies down, if it does. And who knows how long this is going to last. So I can imagine they've been having some late nights being able to continue to edit all of this particular stuff and managing all of the energies and stuff like that that's coming their way. So the types of content that has been made from this one interview, the types of content has been, like I said, long form content. There, I didn't put medium form in my carousel, but medium content, like I said, anything from pretty much 90 seconds or 91 seconds to however long, and then short form content that's anywhere from like 1 second to 60 seconds or 90 seconds. Sorry. There's carousels. They've only technically done one carousel, which was pictures like before the interview, but there's been a number of different articles, screenshots, and memes, and also it's on their podcast. Now, these are just things that his team themselves have been doing, but social media at its finest and the internets has been taking all of this material and turning it into even more different types of content. So when I did something similar to this a few months ago, when it was the Riverboat Brawl, like we saw so many things come out within a short amount of time. There were songs, there were t-shirts, there was jewelry, there was all types of things. So when big things happen, you see more creativity come from these varying channels. And one of the things that I challenge people about is, why can't you do this for yourself? Why is it so exciting to hop on something that is controversial or that is popular, and you can do all these creative things for that particular situation, but when it comes to your content, you're like throwing your hands up because you feel like it's not exciting, or you feel like people have heard it before. So we're going to hear about this interview literally for years to come, and people are going to have a different perspective on it each and every time. Even my perspective is different when it comes down to it, but there's a number of different things that you can do with this content, should you choose to, or should you choose to take on that lens of what is possible, and not just what figure that you have only one thing. All right. And then we get into the fact that a lot of people are going to continue to hop on this, and people are fact checking. So the interview said a lot of different things, and a lot of people weren't there to confirm or deny what was taking place, but it shared a lot of information, and the internet went ahead and they went to digging to find various things to be able to fact check it, whether they're going to confirm if the joke was actually stolen, whether people are coming out the woodworks to support and validate this person, or Cat Williams' generosity and his brilliance. So a lot of different information and content is being created along those lines as well, to be able to share what these people's experience have been with him, and also the accusations that he's made against other people. Some people are taking it upon themselves to say, hey, here's the information that I've gathered. Take it as you will. Okay, so along with that, a bunch of fact checking or response content that has appeared or resurfaced to shed light on the things mentioned during the interview. All right, so the moral of the story is that you need to use the long form content to fuel the rest of your content strategy. So I'm telling people that even what I'm doing right now is a long form piece of content that I can now take and create various forms of media with. So let me give you an example. We have this live that I'm doing at the moment, and I've been talking for about 10 minutes. So that's still a long form piece of content that I can break down into medium lengths of clips that I can reuse for various purposes. I can take from the medium length or the long form and create short form pieces of content to be able to share. I can create things like carousels, I can take screenshots or images, and I can create articles, emails, and blogs to be able to express more of what I'd like to share with other people according to the main long form content that I spoke about. Okay, so that's one thing that I wanted to highlight a lot. When things like this happen, I just see so many people hopping on the bandwagon to be able to just share something that they're excited about, but the same energy is not put forth when it comes to their particular content. So, one of the ways that you can do that is by creating longer form content and being able to have a source where you can go and create more content that's inspired by what you've already produced. It's a lot easier to create content when you have something it's inspired by, and then you just break that down and share it continuously. All right, so last thing, I want you to share this live or share the carousel or whatever with a person who needs to start making long form content. This can be as simple as you setting up your phone or your camera and just asking a couple questions to yourself and answering them. But like I said, we want to create a source that we can go back to be able to have inspiration for the content that is to follow. So you can take your long form, post that somewhere. It can be on YouTube, it can be on LinkedIn, it can be on Facebook, whatever you want to do. You can take varying lengths of medium form, anywhere from 91 seconds to 5 minutes or beyond, to be able to share on those various platforms as well. And then the short form content will go on your Instagrams or your TikToks or your X's and things of that nature. So be able to have a place where you can get that information to share with other people and treat your content like you're treating other people's content. Get excited about what you have to share as well. There's no problem with you hopping on a trend and giving your 2 cents here and there on what is taking place. But remember that when you are hopping on that trend, when you are doing something else to highlight whatever it is that you highlight, that you make sure that you can do the same thing for yourself and continue to spread your message, love, positivity, joy, all that great stuff. Thanks for your time. I appreciate y'all, and I will holler at you later. If you want more breakdowns like this, or y'all want to send me some stuff that I can look at and be able to kind of give my 2 cents on, I love to continue to break down and reverse engineer various strategies that I see when we have things that are going on out here in the world, especially the content world. There's always something for us to learn. So, key takeaway: create long form content, chop it up into various pieces, change the format, and keep sharing what you got to share with the world. See ya!